welcome to another video. Les and I yesterday went down to behind the Three Shells beach on the other side of the pier to the Golden Mile, at the back of the lagoon really. So we decided about a week ago that we were going to go down there, and unfortunately yesterday the tide would have been in when we normally go out. So luckily Les was able to get his sister to look after his mum for a few hours so we could start later. So this session is in total daylight. So this is how we got on.
Morning. It's nice to be out in the sunshine for a change on our first signal. I've got my first target just down here. I've already seen it, it's already out the hole. It's just down there. Coming in at a 15, it's quite scratchy to start with. It's just down there. And it is a very green and crusty 20 pence. Pretty, oh no, that side's quite clean. That side's not there. Oh, it is now. There you go, yeah, 20p to start. So, yeah, I did find a couple of bottle cap just down here somewhere, but I've lost it now. I was going to run through my settings because someone actually asked about the settings. I think there's more after Darren's settings, but here's my settings. So and my routine, when I get to the beach or wherever, I usually leave it on what I was on last time, just in case I go back to the same area. You know, if it's an unexpected return, so like the other day, so I can just go straight back where I was on the same settings, especially a little session like the other day where it was a good little hot spot. But I usually go to beach 1 and I'll reset that mode by holding in the detect button for a couple of seconds. So this is what I'll do each time I come out, and it will go to SP, and that's reset that field only to its default settings. Haven't reset any of the other. If you do it on the power, it resets the whole machine, but you can go to like park mode or whatever and do that, and it resets the defaults. And the way I am, I literally go through all the settings and I mess about with them, so that's perfect for me. I can just put that straight on to hope you could see that. I don't know if the camera is pointing at anything, but literally it's just holding the detect button and it'll go to SP. Don't know if you can see it on there. Anyway, that tells you, and that's the default. And then all the other settings, if I change it, I usually detect it in the user mode, which I've just taken the beach 1 settings and I've put the F2 update and the settings from F2, and it's running on maximum F2 9, I think it is, and that gets rid of the bottle caps. So I flick between those two, and depending where I am, the sensitivity will go up and down like no one's business. So yeah, my settings change constantly throughout the day. I try and throughout this session tell you what I've done with mine, but there you go. I'm gonna go from here because it's quite trashy bottle caps and stuff. I'm gonna go with the F2 update. Right, on to the next.
Right, I'm out behind the lagoon because Les and I are doing this side of the pier today, and we're doing it in daylight. The whole session today is daylight. Les is currently over there. He's had a 20p when I spoke to him. I've just had a penny, and I've just come to this hole here, and I've got what I think is my first pre-decimal. It's in really bad condition. There's no water here anywhere to clean it, unfortunately. So, but yes, I would say that is a pre-decimal. Yeah, it's in a pretty poor state of but it's definitely pre-decimal, and I reckon it's probably a Georgia 5th. Right. Oh, and we had a question or a query from one of our subscribers about what settings we use on the Equinox. Now, today I've been using the standard beach 1 with the F2 upgrade on, but I've just taken it off recently, and I've just gone to beach 1 and I've put the sensitivity up by 2 and the recovery speed up by 1, and that's what I'm using at the moment. And since I've done that, I've had a penny, and now I've had a pre-decimal penny. I was having absolutely nothing at all with the standard beach one with the F2 update, so I hope that helps. I think Les is going to tell you what he uses as well. So right, anyway, onwards and upwards.
Okay, there's a cracking signal there coming up 1920. I'm sure I just saw that in the edge there. I think I missed it in the sidewall, so I don't usually use the what do you call it, the pinpointer on the machine. Oh no. I thought I saw a coin, I thought it was a £2 coin, but it's a little toy car. There you go. Wow, that was disappointing. Still can play with that later. Yeah, the other thing I was going to say about the settings, I have it in all metal as well. So that's the horseshoe on. So the whole thing. So you hear everything, and usually it's in 50 tones as well. Sometimes I drop it to 5, but mainly it'll be in yeah, 50 tones. There you go.
Right, next coin is an old round pound. We're getting used to these now because I'm finding them all the time. This one feels a bit thin. It's definitely an old round pound. You can tell by the 3 roses on the back. But anyway, Les hasn't really moved, the same as usual. The tide is still on its way out. So when that goes out, we shall follow it out and see what we can find a bit further out. Right, let's keep going. Right, my next find is what I think is another coin. And this one is as thin as a hammered or a jetton. There is stuff on it, so I might get something off of this. Yeah, it's got a bust on this side. This could probably be the oldest coin I've ever found down here. But I can't see anything on the flip side. But that, I'm well chuffed with that. That is an amazing find. That's got a bust on it. Right, let's keep going. There's some good stuff here.
Okay, going for a live dig on this one. It's a little bit over the place. Yeah, it's really iffy, but initially it was a 23 signal. So I'm going to dig it. Actually, I can actually see it on the surface. I thought it was quite loud, so yeah, it's some sort of little pendant thing. I think that says Harry Potter. So Harry Potter's lost his dog tag. There you go. Magic. Well, this signal was coming up as a 26. Silver, I don't know what it is. It's no longer. What? Oh, I think it's 10 pence. Actually looks like a foreign coin actually. You can see a tree. It might be a token of some. No, it looks like a coin. 2018 I think I can see. It's the beauty of detected in the sunlight. I can see a bust on there. Have to give that a clean up. Yeah, well, that's interesting.
Well, I've mentioned in previous videos about these people that come down and dressed up in all white and that and start chanting and do religious stuff. Well, there they are. I don't know how well this is going to show up on the video, but there's only 3 of them down here today. There's normally hundreds. So I've just been had a chat with Les, who's currently over there. He's going to start going through the rocks, the big rocks at the back of the little pool there, the lagoon. And he's had an American quarter and a few other bits and bobs. So far, all looking good. When I said I found that old round pound earlier, it turned out it was a threepenny bit after cleaning. I had a proper look at it, it was a threepenny bit, and I found another one. Another threepenny bit. These stones have got loads of old stuff. I've never really been through these stones before, just in passing. I've never really concentrated on them. But that's my second thruppy bit of the day, and I never find these things. Right, let's keep going.
This signal, you can see it on the top there, it was really choppy signal. Coming up as at 14 now. That's a 50p spendable. Pretty old looking, but a bit crusty, but yeah, spendable 50p. And I've just lowered, I had the sensitivity, that was up on 22 to start with, but I've now put it down to 20 because it was getting a bit noisy around these rocks, and it just takes all that sort of falsing noise out of the way as well, so easier to hear. There you go.
Right, first 20p piece of the day. And those people dressed in their weird garments again. But I'm not going to mock them. They're doing what they believe in. Good luck to them. And there's Les, plodding away, same as usual. But anyway, that's my first 20p.
Right, this is the first coin for a while. It's coming up as a 14. I did go back into the Beach 1 setting, and I think yeah, I'm on the back in the user one now, but first coin for a while, this one here, coming up as a 14. Turn it in the sun, it's a 50p again. Yeah, we went out a little bit, a bit further out, but it's really dead out there, and just digging like bits of brass really, nothing much coming up at all, so we decided to come back in and walk towards the like the beach area, so hopefully we might find some more bits and pieces.
Right, my next coin, Les is short, is a Georgia 5th sixpence. I thought farthing, but he's the expert on these things, he finds so many of them. He says it's a sixpence, so there we go. It could well be, I don't know. But it's clearly Georgia 5th, even I can see that. Georgia 5th. Right, we've come out onto the wet stuff now, right out onto the wet. Get away from those stones, because you couldn't swing your coil over and the stones are back there. And we're heading off out to where this water holding area is to see if there's anything in there, and I found this on the way. So there we go, a Georgia 6th, what we think could be a sixpence. Right, next find, the traditional 20p piece, my second one of these for the day. And I'm probably, I don't know, 200 yards off the beach. And another 20. Right, my next coin, and possibly my last, is a very, very, very worn 20p piece. Just pulled out of this hole down here. I'm just going to meet up with Les now, who's only there, to see what we're going to do next. And the sun is starting to go down now, still quite hard for the sky, still got an hour or so. But this could well be my last one. So another 20.
Right, this is my first signal for, well, coin signal, first coin for ages. Thought it was going to be a nice silver coin, but it's only a 10p. Yeah, that's it. Not a lot today.
More coins since I left there. I had penny, don't know, half,
penny,
decimal half penny, I've just had 20 there.
Yeah.
Well, about ready to go.
Had enough. Yeah, don't blame you.
Tired now.
Yeah.
Walking around on this stuff wears you out.
Yeah. I think that's about it, eh?
I assume you're filming.
Yeah, it's still filming. Filming the lovely scenery. There's the pier. No, I've been down the other one. Yeah. I was just coming across to see what you had found, but I was hoping you'd had better luck than I had. I think you have today.
I've had more pre-decimal. You haven't had one, have you?
No.
I've had about 4 or 5.
No. Found loads of bullets and shrapnel.
Whereas all I found was a shotgun cartridge earlier on.
Yeah. Pier train. Can't imagine many people would be on that.
way along. There's quite a few people scattered all the way along up here.
Yeah.
It's always busy though. So what do you want to do? Do you want to go to the lagoon, wash up,
Yep.
and then just walk back?
Okie doke.
Yeah.
There you go. Just there was 10 pence. Couple of steps that way, another 10 pence. So just going home, and then you start to find the coins. Only 10p's, but you never know. Right, that's probably it. So see you on the next one.
Yeah, those three women are doing that praying thing. They've left candles in the sand. This is one there. Another one there. Another one there. Obviously one's been used and it's all melted, which is there. We've also left a bit of paper here. We're just writing on it. It means absolutely nothing to me, but I'm not going to disturb it. Right, we're back up onto the dry now. This is where we've been today, out here. And now we're going to go home.
I couldn't have asked for a better day.
No. No, it wasn't a bad day actually. I started off quite well on them stones. It's only when I went out into the wet sand, or the mud as you like to call it. It's only when I went out there I found that little, what you think's a sixpence, don't you?
I think it's 6 pence. What's that pattern?
Yeah, well I found that, and then things just died after that. I think all I had after that out there was a couple of 20p's.
There's not happening out there, is it?
I think I've only bought about 62p in the jar from today.
I think I've got over a pound. I've got a couple of 50p's. So. Woohoo!
Oh, I'll actually be quite glad to get home. Oh, I'll cut through this car park. Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. We've been there before. I've been around them stones at the back of the lagoon before. I've been out on the wet sand beyond the stones at the back of the lagoon before, but I've never really found anything. So to find that many pre-decimal coins was really quite amazing. And Les, being Les, I think might have outdone me again. I'm not sure whether he filmed it or not, but we think he might have another hammered coin. The photo of which will be on after this, so I'll leave it up to you to make your own minds up whether it's a hammered or not. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually seen it. He didn't show it to me. All he did was send me the photographs of all his finds, and all I've seen, the same as you, all I've seen is the picture. So I'll post the picture up at the end of this, and I'll leave it up to you lot to make your minds up, and I'll just put hammered ? So the next time we're going out, I'm not sure. I'm back at work now for a week, so I'm sure as soon as we go out you'll know about it, because we'll post another video. So until then, bye bye for now.